Hello, everyone. It's DL. So this is episode 18 of Awareness of Thinking. And this is just going to kind of be a summary because this is going to be my last video in this series. And in the past 17 videos, I've introduced elements of the information war, including propaganda, bias, crazymaking, and the techniques that are regularly and inconspicuously employed to get us to think or behave in certain ways that are desirable to whatever person or group happens to be employing the trick. And sometimes the employments of these tricks aren't even intentional, but that's more so in terms of our more personal relationships and not on the greater scale. I've talked about the importance of creating an awareness, both of what we think and, more importantly, why we think it. We've discussed mistaken identity, mind control, the challenges with certainty, and coercive techniques. And I've shared how important it is to either start or keep working with the shadow healing, aspects of ourselves that we repress or deny, so that we can better tap into our inner knowing and clarity and not be as easily manipulated by others. And also I talked about natural law as a means to access our commonality in this era of very highly polarized groups. So now I just want to leave it to you to find out more from people who really know their stuff. Within this Awareness of Thinking playlist, I will share with you videos I think take my talking points further or perhaps illuminate how they're currently operating. But I've got to warn you, videos I select to this list regularly get taken down because of their danger to the status quo. It's really unbelievably sad, but not exactly a surprise. None of us should be relying on one platform for our information. I also recommend that you explore other sources, including the Corbett Report, which you won't find on YouTube because, he's dangerous. Read about propaganda professor Mark Crispin Miller's recent experiences. Turn to YouTube channels such as Academy of Ideas. There are other excellent sources out there that are more concerned with helping you understand how you think more than they want you to think a certain way. So seek them out. If the healing road is of continued interest to you, and it absolutely should be if you want to be free from the enchantment of conformity, peer pressure, and outside validation, then turn to Jordan Peterson or Gabor Mate. Again, I'll include the best of the best whenever I come across them and put them in the playlist. And of course, no matter who you listen to or read about, remain as critical as you would with anyone else. And finally, I recommend highly that you really listen to speakers and channels that turn your stomach. I know it isn't easy, but it does get easier. And eventually, it may even bring you to the realization that we're all alike in our unacknowledged fear, in our lack of awareness, and in the conditioning that we have been through. It becomes very clear. And this realization is an important one to reach on the path of cultivating an even deeper awareness. Remember, there's really only you mirrored in millions of faces and perspectives around the world. Remember, too, that no one should be telling you what to think. You have to be able to discern the truth for yourself. This can be done when you have an adequate exposure to different sides of the story. And while the old adage says there are two sides to every story, there are really as many sides as there are people telling the story. So the more sides you are exposed to, the more likely you'll be able to discern a seed of truth for yourself. You're unique, and your perspective was meant to be also. As for me, I will continue to bring you yoga and meditation videos, and soon a new series of more intimate chats that focus more on the challenges we face in living gracefully during this unpredictable and chaotic era in human history, but also on tools that will help us all to stay clear and centered. Stay tuned.